Okay, so here's the weekly Bitcoin breakdown by the Wealth Doctor. So here we are. As everyone already knows, Saturday night there was a massive move to the downside from Bitcoin. Let's kind of break that down. Let's break down what's going on and what's happening, and what do we got to do for our portfolios regarding Bitcoin and possible altcoin movement for the week ahead. So we had the rising wedge, and then we had the descending wedge inside the rising wedge. So let's bring you back to that chart as well. This is a cleaner version of the chart. I'm going to bring you back to the, I'm going to show you what I was talking about regarding last week's chart. So let's just focus in on what I was talking about. Here is your descending wedge right here inside your rising wedge. We were hoping that this Bitcoin would have bounced off of this lower trend line and made a move to the upper trend line. That's kind of what we were hoping for. We were hoping for that bounce. Hopefully Bitcoin would have retested previous all-time highs around 68K. However, it's not what happened. Bitcoin happened to break out. So let's move to that chart. So here we are. Zoom in. Bitcoin broke lower. The question is, how far and where is Bitcoin going to go? So there's a couple ways of looking at this. One is you get the measured move of the pattern for a breakout. You go from, as I did, from the bottom trend line, top of trend line, and you'll pull a move directly to the 786 fib. So Fibonacci retracements is a way of determining pullbacks and where Bitcoin might actually bottom out and possibly start a trend reversal to the upside. So that's in essence what these numbers are here to the side. You have a couple different levels. I tend to favor the 0.5 and the 6.8. Really, the 618 is where I hope a lot of Bitcoin retracements go to. So let's get rid of this yellow line and let's talk about our fibs. So right now, Bitcoin basically retraced close to the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement. That is 44,400 is where Bitcoin came very close to retracing. We're still in an uptrend for Bitcoin. Reason being, we didn't break the 40K level. That 40K level, as I spoke to last week, is one of the most important levels right now. If we are to break and form a bottom below 40K, that would indicate that we have a lower low. What I'm talking about is this low right here. We have to ensure that Bitcoin does not form a low lower than here. I'm okay with it going to the 382 Fibonacci, which is 44,400. I'm even okay with it going down to 40K, provided it stays above here. That's what you want to see. You want to see Bitcoin stay right above. It could actually bottom out here and do a double bottom on 40K. So what I would do is, if you're looking to enter into positions, I would maybe stack my orders around 44,000 and 40K. I would not have any orders below. Reason being, I typically like the 618, but reason being that if we go down to, let's say, 30,000, we're forming a lower low, and all that we're going to be doing is having a downtrend. That downtrend, and if it does continue, could possibly confirm that we might hit our $18,300 level. That is where the measured move of our rising wedge pattern dictates for us to go. So let's dive a little deeper into Bitcoin. That is your pattern technical analysis. That is the levels that I'm looking at. Let's see what the indicators are telling us for Bitcoin. First, we'll look into is our MACD. Let's pop our MACD over. So our MACD is trending bearish. We're hoping to get that bullish cross. We're hoping for that blue line to go above the red line. It didn't. We didn't get our bullish cross, and we're still trending bearish. MACD looks bearish. Let's look at our RSI, Relative Strength Index. Our direction of our Relative Strength Index is trending down. I will not like to hold any positions, including altcoin positions, during this. I want to see Bitcoin make some sort of bottom, and then we get some sort of trend reversal upwards. That's what I'm looking to see. Typically, our RSI, we want to see an RSI above 50 and hold above 50 for a solid uptrend. So let's look at our last indicator, which is our stochastic. Again, our stochastic has crossed bearish. And so we have three indicators that are letting us know that it's a bearish situation for Bitcoin. So I wouldn't be looking too much into holding altcoins or anything along those lines, because if Bitcoin does break lower, expect more downside. So that's our bearish scenario. Here's our bullish scenario that I'm looking at. Let's dive into the hourly chart. So on the hourly chart, we're getting this type of ascending wedge. In essence, when you have these massive moves to the downside, you'll get almost like a flagging pattern. That's where consolidation will happen, because buyers and sellers are coming in after this entire drop. Got to remember, this drop was more of people who were over leveraged long, got hit on margin calls, and were forced to sell. They're forced to liquidate. When you're leveraged very long and you're on margin, if Bitcoin happens to go against which way you're leveraged, you can hit with a margin call. And if you're over leveraged long, you'll end up getting with a margin call where you're forced to sell your Bitcoin to make your account whole again. And that's how you get these massive moves to the downside. So now Bitcoin's kind of consolidating, positively looking. Bitcoin has a low, formed a higher low. We seem to have, again, on the hourly chart, about 49,700. I would say almost a resistance zone up to about 49.7, up to about 50K is almost overhead resistance. So I'm looking for Bitcoin to break above this. I want to see Bitcoin make some sort of move above this ascending triangle pattern. That would indicate more bullish action. And what could happen is we can get a retest of that lower trend line. If we get a retest of this lower trend line from that ginormous rising wedge, I would say approximately about 51 to 52K at the zone again, we get a retest. I want to see Bitcoin break in. So for our bullish case, we need Bitcoin to again break above 50K and then break above again 52K. Bitcoin can break above and hold 52K. We're probably on our next leg up for our next bull market or bull cycle. I would then look to enter in some sort of altcoin positions. And because as Bitcoin goes up 10-15%, altcoins can easily double or triple. However, it is very cautious. You want to see what Bitcoin's going to do. I would expect some sort of move within a day or two out of Bitcoin. I would expect that Bitcoin's going to make a direction either way. So again, to recap our levels, our bullish scenario, I'm looking for a break above 50 first, and then a break above 52K, and then a hold above 52K. Now that would make me more bullish than I am bearish at this point. Any questions, leave it in the comment section. Please subscribe to my channel. I also see my link to my Instagram. You can ask me questions on there. And enjoy the rest of your weekend.